it's afternoon here too. Good afternoon.
So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. You said that in your house that you were brought up in a Christian home, and in that Christian home, your mother, she always allowed your brother to relax and not do anything, not do any chores, just sit and wait for you to cook, then he will eat. And you blamed it on Christianity. Am I right?
There's more to the story, yes.
But like, do you blame it on Christianity, or is it like a cultural thing for you, or is it your mother's fault? Or
But I said both. Why you keep asking the same question? I said both. I blame it on both.
Okay, so for instance, now if I say there's a story actually, a man, he locked his child because he hated noise. He locked his child in the basement for, I think she was about 2 months when he locked her. So he would just come, give her food, give her like little food, give her maybe give her water to drink like twice in a day. She didn't learn how to walk. Let me finish. She didn't learn how to walk. She didn't learn how to do anything. She doesn't know how to speak. She doesn't know how to interact with people because she never interacted with anyone. You get, for like, I think for like 12 to like 14 years, I've forgotten. The man was an atheist. So can I blame atheism for what he did to that child?
You want to blame atheism for what? Atheism is not a religion. How dumb are you people? Atheism is not a religion.
Please, the music in your background. I don't know which Hausa Michael Jackson is playing there.
Well, there's a worker around. I'm in a mosque actually. There's a worker. He just came to wash his this thing. Wash.
Atheism is not a religion.
Don't call me dumb. I'm asking you a question. Atheism is a belief that you don't believe in God.
It's not a religion. It's still not a religion. There's not a book of atheism. There's no such thing. It's an opinion. So yes, I will blame the man. Even if he's Christian, whatever, I will still blame him. There's no book of atheism. What's wrong with you people?
So like, what you are saying,
witchcraft is a religion, because there's a book of shadow.
Let me finish. What you are saying, this practice that you're blaming it on Christianity, there's nothing like that in the Bible. I'm not a Christian, and I'm not like versed in the Bible, but there's nothing like that in the Bible where God tells a woman to leave her daughter, or like leave her son, let her daughter do all the chores in the house. There's nothing like that in the Bible. This is a cultural thing. Is in Jewish, I think in Jewish culture is there. This is something that have been from the beginning of time. This is something that have been practiced by parents. You cannot just blame it on a religion because you just feel like you want to blame it on a religion. That's why I was asking you about the man who locked his child up, saying that okay, atheism is a belief system. You don't believe in God. You get? So I don't understand where you're coming from with your answer. But I'll ask you another question. You said that your husband was a Muslim. Abi is a Muslim.
He's a Muslim.
Okay. So your husband is a Muslim. How does he treat you? Does he treat you badly? Does he treat you in a good way? How does he treat you?
If he was treating me bad, I would have left him at the very beginning.
Okay. So that means Islam, like Muslim men are the best at
the men don't practice. The men don't practice. Don't sleep on that. He doesn't practice. He's born in it. He has no choice. He's born in it. He has no choice. He doesn't practice. So I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't understand. He doesn't practice the religion.
He's born in it. You're born in.
Okay.
Like the way I was born in. Voila. Of course, he's born in it. Yeah.
That means, based on what you're saying, that means Muslim men are the best at treating women according to what
did I say that?
When I asked you, now we're talking about religion.
Your prophet Muhammad had 11 concubines. Concubine means slave. He was fucking his slave. There's no way you people treat women better. No way.
Very good. Now, according to you, you blamed the way you were brought up. You blamed that Christianity is the fault for making my mom to be treating me badly, according to you, making me do all the chores. You blame it on Christianity. This thing is not in Christianity. I'm a Christian. I'm not a
Guy, the
Christian.
best thing for you to do is to ask me. No. Listen. It's my story, isn't it? The best thing for you to do is to ask me. Why? What happened for you to have blamed this on Christianity instead of you explaining to me where you come from? Bitch, I don't come from where you come from. I come from where I come from. That's why I use the example of where I come from. So ask me the question again so I can answer you.
I don't tell you where I come from. I don't really think you care where I come from.
I don't care, but you keep using you as an example.
Why do you blame it on Christianity?
Voila, that's a good question. I blame it on Christianity. Why? Because every time I would tell my mom I don't want to wash, she would say, Bible said, obey your parent. You see? She would use Bible give me. I was a child. What am I supposed to do? Okay, God says so. I don't want God to be angry with me. I'll wipe my tear and go wash. Hi. Those are the kind of questions you should be asking me, not telling me about what you think Bible say and Bible don't say. I know what I've lived. I'm not against it, but it's a reality. We get room for you.
So
for every time I'm trying to tell my mama I was tired, let him do something in the house. No, a woman is Bible said respect this. She even opened Bible, show me. Bible said obey. Am I so dumb to not obey my parent? No. Do you know the consequences of that would be? No. I know how I live. If I don't obey my parent, my mama's gonna tell my father, and my father's gonna kick me out of his house. And I was still young. Do you know the amount of time my Christian father kicked me out of his house because he said I wasn't praying properly? Do you know the amount of time I slept outside of his house because he claimed I'm not chasing demon out properly? Do you know the amount of time I spent outside of the house because this motherfucker claim I'm not a good child because why? I don't know some few names in the fucking Bible. Come on now. I was how old sleeping outside of the house just because my father said I'm not praying properly. Come on. You're going to kick out your own child out of the house because they don't know how to pray. You're supposed to teach them how to pray. Then when I learn how to pray, they're telling me I'm praying too much. Hello? Okay. Am I not to blame them as Christians?
Let me step in. You're blaming the religion.
Let me step in. Okay. In fact, I am the same way I enjoyed reinforcement. Is the same way I'm enjoying this engagement between you and this young man.
Okay.
This young man came from a very brilliant position. He, using your own words, attributed your brother's lack of interest in house chores to the upbringing as a Christian home. And then you now capitalize on your husband being a Muslim, which is the religion that he himself practices. That does the husband treat you well? He said yes. If not, you would have left from day one. He said okay. And then he's also trying to attribute it to his own upbringing as a Muslim, and you're trying to discredit that. Don't you see that there is something wrong with that? Because if you can justify...
There's something wrong. I don't know the man.
You know, because if you can justify your brother's own, basing it on religion, why then would you attribute your husband's upbringing to his religion so that they can take credit?
Can I be honest with you?
Understand?
Can I be honest with you, sir? This man didn't even give me permission, but I have to do this. This man's mother did not raise him. He did not even grow up in a Muslim home, sir. His own Muslim people abandoned him. But he stayed a Muslim because of fear of, in case I don't happen, in case I see my parent back. And today I saw that fear released from his eye because his mom accepted the fact that that's her son now. He's grown now. He can take care of her now, and he's still Muslim. This is the thing I'm dealing with here. If I'm to be honest, when it comes to this man, it's not Muslim people that raise him.
I see. So now it's okay. Everybody, this topic is personal. Everybody will be answering based on their own experiences. And we are seeing, at least we have Effendi, we have Striving. I know Effendi is married. You hear him take care of his children. We'll hear from them today. So those of them that were raised in a Muslim home, like for example, I have said it here without knowing much about the Muslims, that on this planet that they are very respectful people. I didn't know this about them. When I said it, that man was the one that now told me that is how they are raised. that Muslims are very respectful. I noticed it. I noticed it from the first Muslim that came to this show, King Abdulaziz. I noticed it from Dawuda, young prof. They don't insult, they don't curse. I was impressed until I was told that that is how the Muslims are. So if that is how the Muslims are, we know that there are stupid ones among them that are causing bad names for them, you know. But you now understand where Musa was coming from. You know, he was able to understand. That means that everybody is listening attentively. He was able to pick that, okay, this happened here, but now you are saying it is not the Muslim that a Muslim family that raised him, and so therefore you are not giving the credit to Islam. Fire on,
sir, I cannot. Before Musa even goes on, sir, do you remember I told you I know two so far. This is my small life. I only know two Muslim people, okay, from straight experience and from what I've heard, that don't beat women. Remember, sir, I told you there was an uncle of mine that was Muslim and his wife was Christian. That story. This man, I never heard he touch his wife. The children grew up as children grow up, but these people are still together, being Muslim and Christian in the same house. And then there's me. I sat down with my man. I let him understand this, and that. He sat down with me and let me understand this. Until today, I don't even know how many years we were together. So let me count. Forget this one. Until today, this man has not raised his hand on me. And sir, you can imagine the kind of come on now. Imagine.
Okay.
So I only know two Muslims. Right. The rest, I've heard they beat their wife, blue and black. Come on now.
Okay, I think without knowing details about Effendi, I believe Effendi too is a very good husband. I believe that.
Yeah, we even see. We see.
Well, we'll hear more.
Yeah.
So me,
continue.
Okay. Me, I know over 200 Muslim men who haven't hit their wife before. Like my dad, he never hit my mother. My uncles, I've never seen them hit their wives. My friends, their fathers never hit their wives. My classmates, people that I know from my area, my neighbors, because I've never heard that kind of thing. If my wife beaten I've only heard about it. I've never, like, someone that is close to me.
You will never hear it, because this woman, when they get beaten, if they are not,
because it doesn't happen.
Silence.
It doesn't happen.
Okay, no problem.
Now, since you don't want to agree that, okay, since he's a Muslim, that's the main reason why he's not a bad husband, then we'll skip that part. We'll talk about the Prophet and what the Quran actually says about treating women. Like I said before, the Prophet, peace be upon him, he never beat his wife, never beat any of his male servants. The only time that the Prophet hit people was when he was fighting in war. He only killed one person according to the hadith. Now, because this your idea is very, what you are saying is very, for me, is very dishonest. You cannot just blame something, because if what you are saying is found in the Bible, then you can blame Christianity and say, okay, this is Christianity. You get, but this thing is not found. You can say, okay, obey your parents. Yes, you obey your parents, but your parents.
My brother, I thought you said you are in the mosque. Have you now gone to the zoo?
No. The mosque is in my house. We have a mosque in my house. We have and we have animals in my.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because there's no sound. You have played every soundtrack on this show. Awesome.
We have, like, we have a mosque. We have there are people building in our area, so they just come to the mosque, come and wash themselves and all these things. And we have animals. We have chickens in the house that we breed. And we raise. So okay, so what I was saying, because if this thing is found,
there's 30 seconds left. Let me say this. The best way to know what is true or not, speak to these women in religion. Speak to them without a hint of judgment. Then maybe they will tell you exactly how their husband manipulate them, or they might even tell you how they manipulate their husband. One thing is for sure, we are human, right? We choose the box we want to be in. I chose not to be in any of the religious box. I'm good where I am. A Muslim woman that's in her religion, she can only tell you how she's being treated by the men she's with, not you seeing from far away. Every example I gave you is example I've seen with my eye, very near, something I've experienced. You can talk about your uncle not hitting his wife. That's your wahala. But have you sat down with the wife and asked her really if the uncle has not touched her? Have you sat down with the Have you sat down with the uncle, the cousins, them that have the wife in private? Because we know that there are some men that will do fuck shit in private, and in public that you will see the white teeth or the yellow teeth outside. We know there are some men that hate their family, but when they go outside, they're the most loving people in outside. We are aware of that. So please, I don't know where you people coming from, and you're saying no, Islam is not like this, Christianity is not like that. If Islam and Christianity was not like that, it was not gonna be so. But the people that are going into this religion are the people that are fucking up your religion. Instead of coming to me, go back to them and let them know, yo, you're fucking up the religion. Can you stop? Because if you don't stop, people are gonna think that the religions are lies, and which is what we are thinking right now. The religion are lies because you're covering so many bullshit. Muhammad had 11 concubines. Concubine in the Arab world means slave. He was fucking his slaves. He was fucking his slave. A chosen man of God was fucking his slave. And then your Quran even says, what your right hand possess, your left hand should not know. What the fuck does that mean when it comes to Muhammad? Somebody that slept with a child. You're telling me he was taking good care of his concubine. Concubine he was fucking after he will sell. You're telling me he was taking care of his concubine. Yo, people, read your Quran again. Read that shit again.
So this is my point. You get my point is you don't blame people's action. The entire religion that has
yes, I do. Yes, I do. The same way you wanted to blame atheism on a man that is an atheist, that when atheism is not a religion. So yes, I can do that too, and I have done it.
What I was doing, was showing you the dishonesty, because I'm just okay.
No, I have not been dishonest, because when I started this, I started with somebody that was not in religion. I started with somebody that was not in religion. Ask the woman telling you how men wanted to treat me, sir. What are you going to tell me? Because right now you're trying to treat me like I'm dumb. I'm telling you that this is what this man was doing to me as a woman within the religion. You don't want to accept. I'm telling you, out of the religion, this is what a man wanted me to resemble. You don't want to accept. I'm telling you, in another religion, this is how it happened. If I was not a convert thingy, I would not have my husband. But because I was already converted into their religion, they accepted me into the family. What are you hearing that is false? What are you hearing that's false?
Look, I'm not saying what your experiences are false. I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is that you cannot blame people's action on the religion when it doesn't reflect what the religion teaches. That's just what I'm saying. You get? Look, your parents, I don't want to call them bad people, but from what I know of the Bible doesn't teach anything like that. This is cultural. It's something that exists in Africa.
Did I tell you they were bad? I'm sorry. Did I tell you they were bad?
No. That's what I don't want to say that they are bad.
Then don't say things that you don't know, sir. Don't say things that you don't know.
Look. I'm not saying that they were bad. I'm saying why I say this. I don't want to say that they are bad. I don't know how you view your parents.
Then don't take them as an example, sir, because again, you don't have a point. You don't have a point. In your experience as a man in the Muslim world, in your experience as a man, everything is good. Have you sat down with your sisters, if you have sisters, to ask them? Have you sat down?
No.
You haven't. So then,
I have two sisters, and I have so many cousin sisters that have stayed with me in my house, that grew up in my house. Yes, so no complaints about the religion. Yeah, they have no complaints about the religion. So I don't know where you're coming from. But me, my own point is, you don't blame some people's action on a religion that has its code, that has a conduct, where you can pick examples from and say okay, that, and if it reflects the religion, like let's say let's say for instance now, there's a verse in the Bible that says that a man,
Which of the verse in the Quran that says if your wife don't listen to her, leave her in the bed. If she doesn't listen to her, talk to somebody. If she doesn't listen to her, then beat her. Which of the book in the, is it Quran or Hadith? Which of the book?
I'll get there.
No, which of the book says that? Which of the book says that? Leave her in the bed alone. Which of the book is it Quran or Hadith?
Quran. I'll get
the
there.
Quran. Okay. So God is mistreating women from early. Okay.
So let me explain. I think I don't have enough time, but let me explain that verse. If you allow me to explain.